You can look at me. Sometimes I'll stand behind the camera.
So okay that I do that on camera? Okay,
Yeah.
the camera's rolling, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I know you'll cut it. So, yeah, I'm Jeff Lavine, Keller Williams Real Estate, realtor here in Doylestown for a long time. That's an interesting question, actually. I actually had a buddy who was in real estate, and I was working for the government over in New Jersey and living here in Doylestown. I wasn't really happy with my job over there, and he was a great realtor here in town. And he said to me, "You ought to try real estate." I had no idea, like most people who go into real estate, I really had no idea what the career entailed. My idea of what it was going to be is very different than what it turned out to be, but I immediately loved it. So yeah, welcome to my building. We're sitting here at Keller Williams Doylestown. My market center is both Keller Williams Doylestown and New Hope. We're called Keller Williams Bucks County Central. Keller Williams being the largest real estate organization in the world, most number of sales, most number of agents, number one in every category. Okay, I did just get an award. I got an award as, it was pretty overwhelming, called Cultural Icon. I said to him, does that just make me old? You know, they say it's based upon my commitment to the market center, to my company, and also to my community. They give me so much more than I ever give the company. It's just been a great company to work for. I've been with Keller Williams 14 years of my 37 years in the business. It's a phenomenal company. I just love it, just love it. Hunger Games. It's been interesting coming from 1984 real estate all the way through these decades, and it's always changing. I've never seen it change so rapidly as it has in the past year, and it really changes like almost on a weekly basis. The tenor of the market, the mood of the market, there's this constant adapting that we have to do as realtors, which is what keeps me on my game. I kind of like it, but it's crazy out there right now. I'm really a big believer in consultation. So my job isn't to sell anybody anything today. My job is really to consult people, to give people the best information for themselves so they can make the best decisions for themselves. I think the best information I can give anybody looking to buy is to work with a good, experienced realtor who will consult them and not just try and sell them. Because quite frankly, with a conversation with buyers, some people need to sit this market out. Not everybody's prepared for this market. Extend the lease or do whatever it is that you're doing currently and come back. I'll be here in 2 more years, 3 more years, I'll be here, it'll be fine. If it is a good market for you, and it is for most people, because it's a great time to buy. But it is about consulting buyers and them being really clear always, both on the buying side and the selling side, setting expectations so people understand what they're getting into. Well, it's a crazy market. Prices are just increasing. And so, I mean, I keep on telling people, if you're thinking about making a move to sell your house, if you thought you may be moving in 2 years, you may want to move that date up. You may want to take advantage of this right now. We never know what the future brings. We only know the market today. People always ask about when it's going to top off or when it's going to, that's always in the rearview mirror. You don't know that you're past it until you're past it. I know a lot of sellers say to me, well, where will I move? If my prices are high, then that price is high, but it depends upon where you're moving to and what your plans are. But as I said with buyers, it's all about, the first step is always about consultation, about meeting with me. I'm happy to do a market evaluation of somebody's property so you know how much your home is worth. One needs to know that. So I'm happy to give that information. I don't charge for that consultation. I'm happy to do it. I love going to people's houses. I love getting to people's kitchen tables and having the conversation. Sometimes people say, I don't want to bother you. It's not a bother. That's like the best part of my job, actually. I love doing that. And if you're thinking about moving in the future, I'd love to help people know what to do to their house for that sale in 6 months or 2 years. I get a lot of questions of, is it worth it for us to add on a deck? Should we be finishing off the basement? Do you think we should pull up the carpet and redo the floor? So I'm happy to help with those kinds of informations about ROI, return on investment, what's wise to do, what's not wise to do. Before you spend money fixing up your house to sell it, you should have me out to talk about that with you. Yeah, okay, roaming Realtor of Doylestown. It's quite a thing. It's become quite a thing. So I am a full-time realtor, so my job is listing and selling houses. But when COVID happened, everything changed for me like everybody else. And I think it was March 16th or 15th that we actually were told that we could not do real estate services outside of our home. But I had two things happen on that day, the two things that I do every day, which is to go to my gym and to sell real estate. And I was home and kind of looked at my four walls and thought, well, what am I going to do? And looked at my body and thought, what am I going to do? So I did something I don't normally do, which is actually walk out my front door and go for a walk, because I typically go to the gym and get on the treadmill or do something, or drive over to the lake and go for a run or something else, but not just walk out my front door. On the first day, there's a house, and it's a blue house that was up the street from me, and I've always loved that house. And I just took a picture of it. And I took a couple other pictures. There were some Doylestown Strong signs that children had done in chalk marks and painting. Came home and posted a picture of the house, and just something like one line, I've always loved this house. But I made a commitment to myself that day. I decided I would go out every day and take a picture of a house. So that's what I did. The next day I took a picture of another house and wrote a little something more, like 2 sentences. And it was about within 2 weeks I started posting pictures of houses with full descriptive detail architecturally and historical information about them. And it grew, and I made the commitment that I would post a house every day until I was allowed to get out of my house, which turned out to be almost 90 days. I couldn't stop. So I switched over to doing it weekly. So I now do the Tuesday tour of the Romy Realtor. Every Tuesday I put out a house. The response from Doylestown has been overwhelming. I get an amazing amount of comments from people. So it's become this thing, and people do know me now as the Romy Realtor, which is interesting to me. But it's really created a thing in the community. But it's just been very rewarding.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, well, you can either text or call me at 215-280-2750. You can email me at jeff@jefflavine.com. It's my name. My last name is spelled with an A, Lavine. I'm there on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm kind of everywhere if you just type out Jeff Lavine. So that's the best way to get a hold of me.